famous as a place of movie scene.
10 black musicians of the 21st century, 2000 to 2025. From CDs to MP3s, iPods to TikToks, the 21st century has given birth to icons, legends, and straight-up hit machines. These aren't just musicians. They're cultural juggernauts, vibe creators, and in some cases, part-time fashion moguls and full-time Twitter philosophers. So turn your speakers up, grab a mic or a hairbrush, and let's count down the top 10 black musicians who dominated the 21st century based on chart-busting stats, global influence, and yes, those hits you secretly sing in the shower. Let's kick it off from the bottom, because you know, that's how we started. 10. Jay-Z, the business man. You don't become the GOAT by rapping about yachts on yachts and still staying relevant across 3 decades without serious hustle. Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter, isn't just a rapper, he's a movement. With over a dozen Billboard 200 #1 hits albums, he held the record for a solo artist until Drake came to snatch it. Jay didn't just drop bars. He dropped entire business plans. From the blueprint to 444, Jay evolved from street poet to reflective billionaire, dropping gems like 99 Problems
Niggas, I ain't dumb. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me.
and Empire's State of Mind. And let's not forget, he married Beyoncé, co-created Tidal, and casually became one of hip-hop's first billionaires. Respect the hustle. Jigga's spot in the top 10? Certified. 9. Nelly, the country grammar king. Before TikTok challenges, there were party anthems. And Nelly? He was the soundtrack to your cousin's basement parties in the early 2000s. When Hot in Harry dropped in 2002, the world collectively lost its cool. Literally. Nelly brought a Midwestern swagger that turned St. Louis into the center of hip-hop. His debut album, Country Grammar, was diamond certified. 10 million plus copies, folks. A feat few rappers ever touch. And then there was the collab magic. Dilemma with Kelly Rowland. Texting via Excel sheet, anyone? Ride with Me. And a fusion with Florida Georgia Line before rap country crossovers were a thing.
Baby, you a song, you make me wanna roll my windows down.
Nelly made band-aids on cheeks cool. For that alone. Legend. 8. Alicia Keys, the piano priestess. This girl is on fiery and has been since 2001. Alicia Keys burst onto the scene with cornrows, a piano, and vocals that could peel paint off walls, in a good way. Her debut album, Songs in a Minor, snagged 5 Grammys, and she never looked back. Her blend of soul, R&B, and classical piano made hits like Fallen, No One, and If I Ain't Got You, global love anthems. Alicia proved you could be powerful and poetic, sensual and soulful, conscious and commercial. And she did it all without ever shouting. Just keys, class, and that golden voice. 7. Yeah, the controversial genius. Say what you want about Yeah, but one thing's certain. He changed music. From the pink polo-wearing days of College Dropout to the sonically groundbreaking My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Kanye pushed the boundaries of hip-hop, fashion, and, well, social norms. Yes, his Twitter fingers sometimes caused earthquakes. Yes, he once interrupted Taylor Swift on stage like a Marvel villain.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos.
But in terms of artistry, the man's a genius. He made gospel mainstream, Jesus is King, dabbled in stadium opera, Donda, and helped define the sound of an entire generation. You may not agree with Kanye, but you've definitely felt Kanye. 6. Chris Brown, the controversial hit machine. Love him or loathe him, Chris Brown is the definition of hit after hit after hit. Debuting at just 16 with Run It, Breezy quickly became the new prince of R&B. Over the next 2 decades, he churned out club bangers, dance floor staples, and ballads with more vocal flips than an Olympic gymnast. Forever, with you, no guidance, go crazy. It's like he's allergic to not having a hit on the charts.
Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy.
His personal life? Let's say it's been messy. But musically, Chris Brown is a generational talent. Vocals, dance, visuals. Breezy makes sure there's always a new song on your playlist. 5. Usher, Mr. Confessions himself. Before there was Breezy, there was Usher Baby Yee Yee. Usher had your mama swooning, your sister crying, and your barbershop arguing. In 2004, Confessions sold over 1 million copies in a week. A feat almost unheard of. Yeah, burn. Confessions Part 2, and Caught Up turned Usher into R&B royalty. He didn't just sing love songs. He danced them, sweated them, owned them. And even in the 2020s, Usher reminded us of his impact with the Super Bowl halftime show, roller skating and singing live like it's still 2005. When it comes to R&B kings of the 21st century, Usher's throne is firmly bolted down. 4. Beyoncé, the Queen Bee. Bow down bees, your queen is here. Beyoncé didn't just make music, she made moments. From Crazy in Love to Formation, from Lemonade to Cowboy Carter, she turned every album into an era. And those visuals? Mini movies, Grammy stage, owned, Coachella, renamed to Baychella. With 9 Billboard Hot 100 #1 songs and 8 #1 albums, including a country album, y'all, Beyoncé is a walking institution. She's blended pop, R&B, hip-hop, soul, rock, and now country. And nailed them all. Also, name one person who could drop an entire surprise visual album on a random Thursday and break the internet. I'll wait. 3. The Weeknd, the dark horse who shined bright. He went from mysterious mixtape guy with the weird hair to Super Bowl halftime superstar. The Weeknd's story is modern music myth. Abel Tesfaye didn't follow the rules. He whispered them in falsetto, and then torched them with red lights. Blinding Lights became the biggest Billboard Hot 100 song of all time. Read that again. Office all time. With 4 Billboard 200 #1 hits, album and 7 Hot 100 #1s, The Weeknd brought moody R&B to the mainstream. He made sadness sexy, heartbreak hypnotic, and sunglasses at night normal. And he did it all with 0 smiles. Icon behavior. 2. Rihanna, the bad gal billionaire. She told us to shut up and drive, and we did. Straight into a Fenty pop-up. Rihanna didn't just walk into the music scene. She strutted in at 17 with a Barbadian accent, an island bounce, and a fire in her eyes. By the time she hit 30, she had already conquered the charts with 14 #1 hits, singles, 2 Billboard 200 topping albums, a global navy of fans, and, just for fun, an entire beauty and fashion empire that bullied the makeup industry into becoming more inclusive. Let's talk hits. Umbrella wasn't just a song. It was a national weather event. We Found Love wasn't just a bop. It was the soundtrack to chaotic romance. diamonds.
We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Rude boy. Only girl in the world. What's my name? Rihanna had a chokehold on pop, R&B, dancehall, EDM, trap, and your playlists. And work? That wasn't a song. It was a cultural moment that had people mumbling gibberish at brunch for months. But here's the real magic. Even when she stopped making music, she didn't stop mattering. Rihanna somehow turned absence into an aesthetic. While other artists scrambled to stay relevant, Rhi went AWOL and still had the world hanging on her every move. She blinked, it trended. She took a selfie. It broke the internet. She launched Fenty Beauty and changed the face, literally, of makeup forever, offering 40 foundation shades when most brands were still doing light, medium, and orange. And then, that Super Bowl moment. Pregnant, floating. No special guests. Just her, a red jumpsuit, a smirk, and a global reminder. I'm still that girl. She hadn't performed live in years, and still made every other halftime show look like a high school pep rally. So yes, we're still waiting on the mythical R9 album. Yes, we send monthly prayer candles to the studio gods. But in the meantime, Rihanna's built an empire, defined an era, and gave us enough bangers to last another decade. TikTok, sis. But take your time. You've already done more than enough. And you did it in heels. 1. Drake, the certified chart king. Drizzy, Aramande Champagne Papi. October's very own, whatever you call him. Just call him number 1. Drake didn't just dominate the 21st century. He owned it, rewrote its rules, changed the way albums are released, and made vulnerability in hip-hop both profitable and poetic. The man didn't climb the charts. He built a house on them and started charging rent. Let's talk stats, because Drake's career looks like it was coded in a cheat engine. 13 Billboard, 200 #1 albums, tying Jay-Z for most among solo artists. 13 Billboard, Hot 100 #1 singles, as of 2025 and still counting. Over 330 charted songs on the Hot 100, 78 Hot 100 top 10s. The most in Billboard history. Over 500 weeks spent on the Hot 100. A record. First artist since the Beatles to occupy the entire top 5 on the Hot 100 in a single week. Most streamed artist in Spotify history. Just let that sink in. This is the guy who made a song about texting his ex in the middle of the night and turned it into a global phenomenon. From Best I Ever Had to First-Person Shooter. Drake's catalog is the musical equivalent of a 3 a.m. thoughts journal mixed with world tour energy. He blurred genre lines, fusing hip-hop with R&B, emo, pop, UK grime, Afrobeat, trap, and even Latin vibes, all while making it sound uniquely Drake. He could drop a 21-song album with no features and go platinum, or drop a feature-heavy collab tape and still outshine everyone. Let's not forget, he also elevated a whole generation of talent. Everyone from Lil Baby to Blockboy JB to Central C got the Drizzy stimulus package. A verse from Drake meant chart liftoff. He turned memes into music videos. Hotline Bling turned internet beef into full-blown lyrical sagas. Meek Mill, Pusha T, Kanye, the list goes on. And turned heartbreak into high art. Take Care Still Hurts, BTW. Love him, or meme him, quote him or debate him. Drake is the voice of a generation, a cultural GPS, a streaming era juggernaut, a man who once said, started from the bottom, and then built an empire on top. The #1 spot? It's not just deserved, it was inevitable. Legends, icons, and anthems for life. From heartbreak ballads to dance floor destroyers, conscious rap to champagne-drenched bangers. These 10 black musicians didn't just shape music. They shaped culture. Some made you dance. Some made you cry. Some made you question your love life at 2 a.m. But all of them made history. The 21st century isn't over yet, and the next wave of legends is already coming. But these 10, they're not just musicians. They're moments. Mic dropped. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and please like and subscribe for more amazing videos.
I'm the new Sinatra, and since I made it here